Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at how to draw notes and what notes signify in time and in pitch. But first we have to get started with the different kinds of notes. So in music we have little dots and circles that represent pitches when we put them on the staff paper. We'll talk about staff paper in a little bit, but first let's take a look at the different kinds of notes. I'm going to draw a little graph for you. So if I go like this, watch how I draw these. I do the top and the bottom, and then we get this nicely shaped note. Now this one here is called a whole note. You'll notice it doesn't have any stem or anything on it. It doesn't have anything else. It's just like a circle. And this, in music, notes represent amounts of beats, or how long something is held, how long a pitch is held. So this one here equals 4 beats. Okay. Now we can also subdivide this into 2, or split it in half, and then it becomes what we call, we have to add a stem now, and these ones will be 2 beats each, and they're called half notes. Okay. From there, I can again split them in half. And they look like this now. You draw the circle, fill it in, put a stem. Draw the circle, fill it in, fill it in, and then put a stem. Draw the circle, fill it in, stem. There we go. These ones, you can probably guess what's happening here. Whole, half, this is going to be quarter. Quarter note. Okay, and they are equal to 1 beat each. I can then, again, so we see here, 2 half notes make 1 whole note if I were to glue them together. 4 quarter notes make 1 whole note. Now I'm going to do another subdivision here. And these, I'm going to draw the dots first, then put in the stems with my ruler. Okay, it's not quite evenly spaced, but that's okay. Now, it looks like a quarter note at this point, but when we split a quarter note in half, we then have to put a flag on it, on the stem. These ones are called 1/8 notes. Okay, so I go like this. Now, I can also take that stem, or take the flag, and connect. So if I had that flag, imagine it's there, and I'm going to bring it up here. So I'm going to make it into what we call a beam. Okay? And then it eliminates the need for the flags. So here we go. I'm going to do the stems first. And I can also group them in larger amounts. So I can beam right across 4 if I want, or in certain cases more. Okay, now so there we have eighth notes, and they are equal to half a beat. Okay, now from there, I'm not going to draw all 16 of them, but we can split that in half. I'll do another one over here just because I want to show you the beaming. So if I take this, it now has, as a 16th note, has 2 flags. Okay, so there we go. I like to put a little bit of a curve on them, and or if I do them with a beam instead of a flag, if I beam them together, it's now not only going to have 1 beam, but 2 beams. Okay, so that is equal to a quarter of a beat, and we call them 16th notes. Okay, so you see how this is going. From there, I could split them and make it into 32nd notes. It would have 3 flags or 3 beams, or 64th notes or 128th notes. But really, for our purposes and most of our music, we're not going to see too many 32nd notes or 64th notes. Only at very slow tempos will you see those sorts of things, and in much more advanced music. So there we have it. Now those are our note values. Okay, so 16 of these can go into one whole note. 8 of these can go into one whole note. 4 of these into one whole. 2 of these into one whole. So you can see where we get our names: whole, half, quarter, eighth, 16th, 32nd, 64th, 128th, and it just keeps on subdividing. So that's the notes.